So, Antitrust Summer is a campaign to force Congress to vote on a couple of bills to help break up the big tech monopolies. In fact, the group behind it is launching a new campaign to push these bills. This is Senate Bill 2992 and Senate 27110 or S27110. And as we've talked about earlier with Ron, these bills have massive bipartisan support. However, it's not going to do any good if Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer doesn't put them on the floor. Yeah. So now, in order to increase that pressure, the group Fight for the Future, doing great work in regards to privacy and breaking up some of these monopolies, they have hired 2 mobile billboards to drive around Chuck Schumer's houses in Brooklyn and Washington, playing John Oliver's. Oh, of course, yeah, of course. To be fair, you got to have one in DC, you got to have one home. I actually understand that, but it would make me feel better if really it wasn't a house, if it was like an apartment or something. Like make them live in like a little 1-room bungalow, you know.
It should be a dorm. They should all
or yeah, like a dorm room or something.
They all get dorm rooms.
Yeah, there you go. Dorms for Congress. Dorms for Congress. That would do a lot. Oh, public housing, Ron. Make them live in public housing. Therefore, hey, if you're worried about them not funding public housing, this is a perfect opportunity because you know that they will immediately fund public housing as soon as they are forced to live in it.
Yeah, exactly. Imagine how much better.
NIMBY these nuts, bitch. NIMBY these nuts. I'm not in the mood for Congress, if you can tell.
It's a very, very frustrating time, Jeff. That's why I actually tweeted that earlier. I was like, yeah, I'm a little bummed out that I got to miss Iceland and, I have COVID. But at least the news is great. At least the news has just been so wonderful.
Trust me, we're going hard on the news. But all right, so now the Billboard, getting back to that. So you mentioned John Oliver did a fantastic piece on the antitrust bills. And so, look, John Oliver, can do some excellent work on some of this stuff. And so now the Billboard truck direct viewer to make Schumer watch JohnOliver.com, a website where anyone can tweet a link to this segment. And I'm gonna show you a picture here of the bus, right? Okay, so that's what it looks like, or not the bus, sorry, the Billboard truck. That's awesome. Well, of course.
Is that when it comes to this issue, they really nailed it. And a lot of other outlets have nailed it too. Just breaking down these bills and what they do and why they're important. We broke it down on this show, why these bills are so important. And look, I know that it is very hard right now because there is so much going on that it's easy to just be like, antitrust legislation, whatever. We got to put a pin in that. But that's what they want us to do because they really like it, Jeff, when we don't make them keep their promises. They really like that. And we see what happens when we don't make them keep their promises. Like when they promise to codify something into law for years and years and years and years, and then they never get around to it. We see what happens.
But excuses, Ron. There's so many excuses. There's the parliamentarian. There's Joe Manchin. There's Kirsten Sinema. Blah blah blah. Excuses. We're tired of excuses, Ron. I'm fucking tired of it. I'm sick of it. Let's make them do something for goddamn change.
We got to get every single win we can, especially right now. So again, everyone, if you haven't already, go to antitrustsummer.com. It takes about 40 seconds. It goes straight to your elected officials. It demands that they take action on these antitrust bills. Chuck Schumer promised a vote this week. We have not seen anything. We've not seen anything. And it was last week, technically. We've still not seen anything because it was the week of the 20th. We've still not seen anything. And here's what's going to happen. I know we talked about this last week, but just to reiterate, if they go on vacation, well, they're going to go on vacation. But if they don't act on this before they go on vacation, what's going to happen is they're going to be in midterm mode when they get back. and they're not going to act on this. And Chuck Schumer would prefer it that way. Why?
Mm-hmm.
Because he has daughters who are lobbyists for big tech. One works with Meta, which is Facebook. The other is a straight up Amazon lobbyist. All right. So he has so many conflicts of interest when it comes to big tech that he would love to just kind of sit on these things and just let them go away. We have to make them act. We have to scream to get these policies passed. According to Reuters, it has the votes to pass. There's enough support from both Republicans and Democrats because everyone across the political, but look, everyone across the political spectrum, not even just Republicans, Democrats, but left, right, whatever, everyone agrees big tech has way too much freaking power. We don't agree on all the things to do about it, but we all agree that they have too much power. And we all agree on a lot of basic antitrust legislation. Look, and we talked about this last time on the show, too. You know, there is a history of antitrust in this country, even through people who politically I have virtually nothing in common with. I mean, hey, they broke up AT&T under Reagan's watch, for crying out loud. And look at what happened when they broke up AT&T. Well, we got things like the answering machine, the modem, long-distance calling got way cheaper. We don't even know how much we're being held back right now because that's what monopolies do. And these antitrust bills, they're not going to solve every issue in the digital rights space. No single piece of legislation will, but it will really blow open the door when it comes to innovation on the internet and the type of internet we want to see because it stops a lot of these monopolistic practices. So please, antitrustsummer.com. I have COVID, folks, and I'm begging.
See, you know what? They tried to slow you down, Ron. They tried to interrupt the message. You know, the monopolies are coming after you.
I was noticing that. I'm like, what happened?
Right?
Very important. Broadband.
That's true. Also, and I know you've been a fighter for that too in your area.
Yeah, I've been a fighter for that in my area, and also just nationally as much as I can. It's a pretty big uphill climb, but I'm sticking with it. I'm sticking to it, and this is just the most recent fight. We have a chance at winning here. We gotta take it. We gotta do everything we can. We gotta scream. We gotta be loud. Antitrustsummer.com.
And by the way, if Chuck Schumer does this, then guess what? He's actually going to get credit. He's going to get credit and might actually be able to use it to make a case for his reelection. Hey guys, I delivered for you. I made sure to break up these big tech monopolies to protect you, to protect the consumer. Turns out kind of populist, might actually be good for your campaign.
Everybody who does commerce on the internet will be thrilled by this.
Absolutely.
So, I mean, it's going to
no reason not to.
Yeah, I mean, it's going to make Amy Klobuchar look good. It's going to make Chuck Grassley look good. It's going to make Senator Blumenthal look good. Basically everybody behind these bills and everyone who supports these bills, it'll make them all look good. It's just going to angry a couple really powerful big tech lobbyists. That's why, otherwise we'd have it already. And they know this. So, yeah, antitrustsummer.com, please.
All right. Thank you, Ron, for your time. Hopefully you feel better.
Yeah,
soon.
And if I could, real quick, Jeff, before I get out of here,
sure.
I did have to postpone my Iceland dates, but I do still have some dates in the Northwest with Graham Elwood, July 28th, Portland, Oregon, July 29th, Seattle, Washington, July 30th, Vancouver, British Columbia, ronplacone.com for those tickets. I'm bummed out to be missing some shows, folks, so I'm really excited to get back out there and get to the shows in the Northwest, so I can't wait to see you there, ronplacone.com for tickets. And, Jeff, thank you so much for highlighting this issue. I know there's a million things we need to cover, so thank you so much for including this. It is very important, and please, everybody, antitrustsummer.com.
Oh yeah, man. Hell yeah, let's do it. Let's break up big tech and maybe help save democracy.
Maybe one step at a time, huh?
One step at a time.